It's Week 11 of the National Football League, and the focus is on Courtland Sutton. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Broncos and the Falcons, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Alongside my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, and this is a matchup, Brock, that we may see many, many times in the future of this league. A couple of rookie starters leading their offenses at quarterback.
And that really does make it a measuring stick game for both of them, Kate. Rookie quarterbacks in the draft, they're always linked to each other from the moment they're tabbed the starters in their first season. And then when you get to look across and you get to play one, you know that both of them want to be the one who leads their guys to a win.
To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And off we go from Denver. On the return, here's Ray McLeod. He stopped on the return at the 27. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And they'll be led out by the 8th pick in the draft. The lefty who led your alma mater, Washington, to the national championship game, Brock, Michael Penix Jr.
I think it's fair to say that the lefty out of Washington, Michael Penix, was the biggest surprise of the first round of the NFL draft back in April. Yeah, people had him slotted in that first round, and his stock continued to climb as he put on a show in the offseason. But to go number 8 overall with an established quarterback and Kirk Cousins in place, it still surprised many. But I'll say this, Kate, I've been around the game a long time, seen a lot of young men throw the football out of school, and there's not many that can throw that ball quite like Michael Penix. The amount of velocity, the tight spiral, all the way across the field and deep to 80-plus yards. The guy's got an arm that's unique, and it's why Atlanta made that pick at number 8.
So after their first offensive snap, we'll have a break in the action. One of the linemen in need of some attention from the trainers. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the shotgun, Penix. Completed over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. A give left side. Here's Robinson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative, the last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
So with the Falcons set to punt on 4th, on comes Bradley Pinion. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the final quarterback taken in the first round of this year's draft. A lot of experience from Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Nobody came away happy last week, no question about it. Himself, most of all. His team went 0-1, picking up the loss, but he was 0-1. 1 pick, no touchdowns. Not good enough. Defeat not an option this week, and neither is a lack of touchdowns. They intend to rectify both.
Give them a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Well, partner, it has been a rough season for these guys, to put it mildly. And we know they're not going to make excuses, so I'll bring this up for them. Injuries have not helped their cause.
No, they have not, but I do think back to Tony Dungy's locker room. And on the walls, it was no excuses, no explanations, execution, expectations. This league doesn't care. This league doesn't want excuses. This league doesn't want explanations. This league wants wins.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They'll run here following the penalty. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, I know the temptation is there. If I'm thinking in the booth, I know that play caller is too. That could have been a chance to be aggressive. Not the case. Go get the first down like they did, and a new set of downs to work with.
And defenders are there to get him at the line. Arnold Ebiketie makes it there for the stop. Now we see after that play, one of the Falcons having some trouble out there. They'll head out to look at him. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down. 6 defensive backs out there. Falcons in the dime on 3rd. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Now on 4th down, it's Trenton Gill out to kick it away. And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And this buys him some much-needed breathing room up across the 5. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Penix working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he hauls this one up to the 11 before being stopped. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Here's Penix. Complete beyond the marker. That's the 1st down, and he's still going. It's a gain of 22. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he has him a small chunk of yards up to the 42. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. From the 42. That's into the hands of Moore. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Penix here from the gun. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And he's tackled for a short gain. Broncos bringing out an extra DB. 3rd down coming up. Penix. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
On 1st down, here's Penix. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Throwing Penix. Got a man, Robinson has it. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
Awareness. Kate, you hear me and so many others talk about it a lot with quarterbacks. but it's critical for every unit on a football field. And for the defense right there, to have an awareness of knowing where the marker was and to make sure that completion wasn't going to move the chains. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. So the Broncos headed out for their second drive of the game. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. Throw left side, complete. And he'll get it up to the 44. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun handoff to Piron. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Running it after the penalty. And he's going to get this up across the 35 to maybe the 37. Looks like a pickup of 2, and now they've got 3rd and 10.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd down and 10.
Nix from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. 16 yards on the play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Straight ahead they go with Piron. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Completed to Reynolds. And they bring him down around the 34. All right, set now, 1st and 10.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
The give now out of the shotgun. He's contained at the line for no gain. Tackled by Rook Orororo. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
2nd and 10.
From the gun, Piron. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping called. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. Escapes his grasp. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Hauled in left side. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Trenton Gill out there again to punt this away. Deep for the Falcons, Ray McLeod. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Penix to throw. Into the hands of Pitts. This is ahead for about 5. Tackle made by Chris Abrams-Drain. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
At the 30-yard line.
Penix looking to pass. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. This, our last play of the quarter. Penix on 3rd down. That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. Now punted away again. Bradley Pinion headed back out. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Broncos get set to take over. Now we'll give up the middle to Piron. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll only let him get up to around the 28 before taking him down. They pick up one on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Nix. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. He's got this at the 27. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Falcons will take over. The Falcons ready for their next possession. And that losing streak beginning to approach the unfortunate milestone of double digits. They came in having lost 8 in a row, but thankfully lead now. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Here's Robinson up the middle, and he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Bradley Pinion on down to punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And a fair catch made here at the 17. So no return on that punt. And the Broncos are going to take over with a lot of field ahead of them. Now Pirine. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Nix off the play action. Taking a deep shot here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Nix looking to throw. Getting out to his left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Denver first. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Well, looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Encroachment defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still first down.
Now talk about a golden opportunity at an immediate first down following that encroachment flag. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And the Broncos will have a first down.
Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Pirine. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave them enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Lone back gets the handoff. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Connects with his back, Jaleel McLaughlin. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
They'll come up first and 10. Throwing here, Nix. Dump off caught by his back. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Broncos will have a first down.
That's another Broncos first down.
Slot man motioned over. Gets it running the sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
To the ground with Pirine. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's a 5-yard gain, and that brings up 3rd and 7.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
A 27-yard attempt.
Bertolet able to knock it through. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Going right side, Robinson with it. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Hits him on the out route. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. Blast through midfield. And he's finally marked down at the 46-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Falcons will have a first. New set of downs for him from the 46. Penix now on 1st down. Moore's got it. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. That tackled by Levi Wallace. Second down now, 7 to go. Penix working from the gun. Able to get it to Moore. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Fits it through the middle. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Working inside the red zone. Flush down out to his left. Now he takes it, and they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a second quarter lead. Michael Penix Jr. the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Broncos are headed back out on offense as we look at Samaje Perine. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now Nix. And he goes down. The Falcons got to him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Broncos with a lot of work to do to get into scoring range. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. So they're left facing 3rd and long. The give now to Perine. And he's brought down across the 15 to about the 16-yard line. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. Trenton Gill on the punt. The return begins on their side of midfield. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Falcons are going to be in great shape as they take over. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. From the shotgun, Penix. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Penix here from the gun. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Broncos get the football. Not a lot of time left in the half. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the half. That's enough time to put something together. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So it's 2nd down coming up. Nix now to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. Decent gain here, but short of the first. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. Now Nix on 3rd down. It's caught, McLaughlin. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. They'll throw again, Nix. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Nix from the gun. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Nix. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. 1st and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. We've reached the midway point of this game. The visiting Falcons taking a lead into that locker room. Now we'll send you to our studios in Orlando and Jonathan Coachman for a look around the league with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where you see the final score there. Alexander Mattison, a touchdown run in the victory. Next, we head north to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were losers in that ball game as they fall to the visiting Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Cam Akers, nearly 200 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns as well. In the first half, it was the rookie number 8 overall pick, Michael Penix, who had it working out there. He was able to take it in himself for the game's only touchdown. And you wonder if this coaching staff will ask him to do a bit more the rest of the way. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate.
To kick it away, here's Pinion. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Broncos with their offense headed out for our first possession of the half. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
The Falcons and this running back headed back out for a new series. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up their among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Penix now to throw. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face 2nd down. Fires right away, but incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
The Broncos running their offense out once again. They are coming off their 1st interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They give it to him again. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding. Offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Short side option here. He's running left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
And he's brought down after a short gain. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Finds him over the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Ball start. Offense.
So 3rd down becomes much tougher for him as 3rd and 1 becomes 3rd and a much more difficult 6. On 3rd down, here's Nix. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the 2nd half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every 1st down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up, and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
2nd and 10, Penix to throw. He puts some air under this one, deep right. He's got it inside the 25. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. From the red zone now. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. And again, it's Penix. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. Third down coming up. To the air with Penix. Escapes out to the left. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
So now on fourth down, the Falcons electing to send Young Hui Koo after the field goal. He connected once, and a good chance here. This is inside of 35. The kick by Lutz is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Here's Nix to throw. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He completes it in traffic. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about a big hitter? 34 yards there and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll run here on first down. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have second and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
For a Denver Broncos.
Here's Nix. Has it at the 7. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field.
Holding offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Running it after the penalty. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nix looking to throw. And he will score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Cortland Sutton, the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. The touchdown dropped this back to a one-possession game, so they're hoping to get some breathing room right back here. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And they had that one contained right at the line. Sent down by Cody Barton. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. From the shotgun, Penix. Into the hands of Pitts. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the first.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials. Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of 3rd down, they're now defending 1st and 10. A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Penix. Pitts brings it in. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. New set of downs for him from the 46. Penix now on 1st down. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he's a yard or two shy of the 30 before going out. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Falcons will have a first.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
On 1st down, here's Penix. Finds his target, Robinson. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Falcons.
Penix here from the gun. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Here's Robinson. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. 2nd chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Robinson. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Falcons make it a 9-point advantage. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons make it a 10-point ball game. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. His return starts at the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. The Broncos and Cortland Sutton taking the field once again. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Nix from the gun. Completed to Sutton. And he'll get it up to the 44.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Pass taken in by Sutton. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 35 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Man in motion here. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Nix. Has it down close. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Give them about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Oh no, the ball is loose! And the Falcons scoop it up! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Gosh, we have seen these quarterbacks make some incredible plays from here to reach the end zone. That was certainly not one of them. Careless with the football, left an opening for those defenders to knock it free and escape without surrendering any points.
Now here come the Falcons on offense. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 12-yard line.
From the gun, it's Robinson. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. That one gains 7. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. They'll run here following the penalty. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Now we see after that play, one of the Broncos having a little bit of trouble out there. They're going to head out to look at him. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Here's Robinson up the middle. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. A 3-yard gain for him, and that certainly will not be enough. It's still 3rd and a mile. Penix working from the gun. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. It'll be Bradley Pinion doing the honors. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And the fair catch is made just about a yard or 2 short of midfield. No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Completed to Reynolds. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 47. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And he breaks out the slide. Didn't want to take a hit, but he is just shy of the 1st down marker. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Now we'll give up the middle to Piron. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Hits him on the out route. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
From the red zone now. And he will score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick,
well, we knew this was coming. All touchdowns are reviewed, especially late in a close game like this. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
So the celebration can resume on that sideline. The touchdown stands. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Falcons and Michael Penix Jr. set to take over again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Robinson on the inside give. And he'll get it up to the 27. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Throw left side is caught by Pitts. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Right side, reeled in by Pitts. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
After a good pickup, their setup was 2nd and short. Running back sent in motion. From the 44 here on 2nd down. He tucks it and takes off. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
1st down, Falcons.
They go play action. Here's Penix. He's got it at the 5. And this is down all the way to the 3. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play. A toss now to Robinson. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
That one's incomplete over the middle.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Now Penix on third and goal. And he sails that one over the end zone.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second. And incompletion is still pretty good, too.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Kate, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the gun, Piran. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, an entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Gets this one to Patrick. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Falcons going nickel to defend this 3rd down play. An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense. He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 3rd down.
After the penalty, 3rd and a yard coming up. Straight ahead they go with Piran. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. And oh, he drops it. He had all the space in the world. Brock, he got behind the defense, and he just looked away before he brought it in. A big missed opportunity. Again on 2nd and 10, Nix. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. Finding Reynolds. And he gets this forward to the 19.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos down by a touchdown. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Flushed out of the pocket. Stepping up, and he's gonna... And he will score! It's a Denver touchdown! The Broncos find a way to tie it late. It's a Bo Nix touchdown! So it was touchdown or bust here on this drive, Brock. A field goal wouldn't have done it, but they get the score they needed, and now a critical extra point forthcoming.
And now what I love, the pressure shifts to the other sideline. They do have some time left on the clock, and remember, all they're going to need is a field goal to go out and steal this one in the end.
That one right down the middle, and they'll take the lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Back to throw. He's on the move. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Setting up to pass. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. That throw is looking for Kyle Pitts. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Here he is to throw. Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete, brings up 3rd down. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. He'll look to throw it. Hits him on the in route. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And he'll make his way down to the 16-yard line. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Staying with Robinson. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. And he makes it to the start of the red zone down at the 20. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. 3rd down give to Robinson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
That one is good! And that, folks, is your game winner!
I know that was a kick he could make in his sleep, but with the game on the line, he delivered.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Falcons will fly home with a win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for Brock Eward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. A well-earned win for the Falcons, as we'll see you next time from Denver.